Welcome everybody to my last episode in this fun, cool accommodations here on Vancouver Island series here at the Free Spirit Spheres. My guys, isn't this fantastic? What I was coming into, coming to this experience, because I've done this before back in 2015, 2016. It was 2016. I stayed in one, but it was a much smaller one, and it was their first one. I believe it was Eve, but this was like the second biggest one, Melody, and the space in this thing, and like it just smells of like earth and wood, and you can tell that every little detail is done with care, and it's all done by hand, and it's just so, I can't explain it. It just feels so good to be here. Yeah, this experience beats them all. So this is not through Airbnb, unfortunately, but this is one of the amazing accommodations here on Vancouver Island that I wanted to share with the world. Anyway, I'm going to show you around a little bit because I just also want to just take a minute to enjoy this and not just be filming. Yeah, plus they've got some snacks here that I really want to eat. So let me show you around. You've heard me by now. I don't do cheese. I might make an exception for today and just have a bad time later. Cause can you say no to this? Can you say no to a charcuterie board in a treehouse? No, you can't. And whoever turns that down, we can't be friends. So on top of this one table, they do have a second table that folds down if you wanted. I love the use of space. Like little shelves, the big windows that actually open, and a heater. And then in here, tea and coffee, plates, spoons, bowls, and kettle, mugs, and everything. So coffee and tea is provided, which is, I forgot about, which is super nice. I thought I was gonna have to go up and grab some. And then over here, they have a closet for any hanging clothes, as well as they have curtains to cover the windows. Over here, we got a sink. They also have water. They're on a well right now, and it's not potable, so the easiest is just to do that. You're probably wondering where the bed is, because yeah, the bed is actually Murphy bed, and it's hidden right behind here. Now once we get going to bed, I'll show you how that comes down. It's really simple, very easy, and Tom did this all himself by trial and error. Like, that's, I think, what's the most fascinating thing about this whole thing is he wanted to make it, and so he went ahead and made it. No maps, no nothing. He just trial and error until he got it right, and then he continuously making more and more, and each one is more efficient. I'm so excited to be here and enjoying this experience and bring you along with me. You get to see this for yourself, and hopefully if you find yourself in Vancouver Island, you can book here too and come and have your own experience here in the Free Spirit Spheres. One thing I failed to mention, and is probably the most critical thing to this whole experience, we're in a tree, okay? This is being suspended from trees, which means it wobbles. Hence why my camera here just took a nosedive. You understand, this entire sphere is suspended in the trees. And what I think was so lovely about my talk with owners earlier was that they're doing their best also to live harmoniously with the trees. So they're taking precautions to make sure that they're not suffocating the trees. So they put rope through fire hose, and then that's what they wrapped around the trees in order to suspend the sphere from the trees, so that way it doesn't, choke the tree, or the tree doesn't grow over the rope or cause indentation in the tree, which can happen with rope if it's left on long enough. I think he's in his 70s, and he says he's scaling these trees. He's climbing these trees to check the ropes and make sure that the tree's not suffocating.
Right. So Tom does climb up regularly and check and maintain and level it off, and
I think that's just, it just goes to show they're true to their word. They're not just here to provide an Instagram spot, you know, like they're here so that you can experience living harmoniously in these beautiful handcrafted spheres. I appreciate everything that they stand for. Let's go walk around, shall we? So right off the gate, they have some chairs here to sit by the water. Here is the toilet. So it's basically right next to the treehouse. That way, if you need just quick access to the washroom, don't want to walk all the way to the flushing toilets, you don't have to. I think it's super fun in here that they've left like actual coloring stuff for you to color on the walls. Thanks for the dump and the doodles. Okay. So the last time I was here in 2016, this is the sphere I stayed in. It's his first model. Her name is Eve, and she's so cute. Here is an empty one. Hello? Oh, oh, hello. 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 And also what I love is that their office is also a sphere. So when you go in and sign the waiver and pay your bill, it's actually a sphere you go up to. I'm sure you get this question. Actually, all these questions I'm going to ask you probably get a lot. But this one specifically is like, has anyone ever asked to like fully outdo on like with a kitchen and a toilet? And if so, how come have you done it or?
I'd do it, you know, but it'd have to be a custom build. I don't see any point. Hard enough to try and find groves of trees that'll take, you know, a 10.5-foot ball. And as you add, you know, more feet on the diameter, you know, it gets way heavier and harder to find a grove of trees that'll do it. I started with Eve. That was my proof of concept. And then we decided, we played with Eve for 4 years, you know, while I was starting to get ready to build another one. And then Aaron came along, and, you know, after we swung Eve up and down in the forest quite a few times, trying it in different places, we decided, you know, bigger. So then it was, well, how much bigger can you get? And 10.5 feet is as big as you can go and still just get a wide load permit and put red flags at the extremities. You don't need pilot cars or any of that, you know. So I went 10.5 feet. And so far I've made 6 shells out of that mold. That's the mold right here, this white thing.
Oh, behind it.
Behind us, yeah.
Very.
You want to have a look?
Yeah, let's have a look. Oh my. What?
The world's biggest hamster ball. This is the 2 mold segments come together here.
Yeah. But like, how long does that process take from starting from putting the paint to the next layers to letting it sit?
3 people working together can do and finish one in a week, easy.
Really? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And that includes having an automotive paint job.
Yeah. What inspired the original concept?
It was an idea that just, I thought about it for probably 3 years before I started Eve, you know. It was just something for me to do, you know, because I have the skill set that I could do it, for one thing. And it was just an idea that wouldn't go away. You know, for 3 years I thought, spheres, spheres, spheres. And my original idea was I was going to do a spherical houseboat. Ooh. I was going to do a 25-foot diameter sphere. You're talking about one with a toilet. I wanted kitchens and bathrooms and bedrooms and, you know, command bridge up high that it looked like, you know, Pac-Man kind of.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then I was going to put it on
levels.
2 steel pipe pontoon floats. So I made a shop model and everything, you know, like I made pontoons and I made the sphere. And the sphere, it's self-righting. You could pick it up and drop it in the bathtub and bloop, the sphere always comes to the top because it's light and it's a lot of volume and it's,
yeah,
you know,
filled with air,
the
man.
bubble. It does what bubbles do,
exactly.
You know? So I thought I'd better learn how to build a sphere first because there's no plan.
Right, exactly. If I'm going to do this, I'll just do a smaller scale before
so
I do
I started on Eve, little 9-foot Eve, you know, and it just, I was building it in a shop with a huge ceiling, like a 30-foot ceiling. And so when the sphere was hanging on this truss, well, at one point the block up on the center of the ceiling, it worn through the pin and it let go one time and boom, there goes my shell. Oh, I was completely finished, you know. I was just putting the final varnish on and it bounced along. It hit the wall, did the pendulum thing a few times. I thought, man, I've wrecked it. I was pissed, and I went and had a look and did what a ball does. You know, it bounced. So there was no damage at all.
That's
thought,
amazing.
whoa. So I rigged another block up on the roof, climbed up there and rethreaded the rope, and back to square one. But you know, it got me thinking, wow, that's a bulletproof little nut. You could probably, you know, stick it out in the forest, put some ropes on it, and hang it up from the trees. That's when the idea for the spherical treehouse came along.
And now here we are.
Yeah.
One of these. How much would they cost? With,
One like
with
this would
labor
probably
and
be
parts.
about 170,000.
170,000.
Yeah, but a lot of it was it took me probably close to 6,000 man hours, 3 years to do it.
So there you have it, folks. If you want your sphere of your very own, Tom will make you one for $170,000. Not including shipping or installation. I'm gonna hurt myself. Please don't tell me to hurt myself. Why do I have anxiety? Oh, it's a twist top. This is just if you have wine. I'm getting a little carried away about myself. Cheers! So now that I have polished off the brie, literally, it's gone, and finished the lovely champagne, I'm going to bring down the Murphy bed. Just before it gets dark out, I feel like it's best if we just do this now while I have some light, because the light in here is going to be great for the camera. My camera doesn't like low-lidded spaces for some reason. Yeah, if anyone wants to recommend a good lens for nighttime shooting, low light shooting, hit me up, please, because I need it. Voila! It fits me, but anyone over 6 foot might not have a good time on this bed. Well, friends, I think I'm gonna call it a night. I will see you guys tomorrow. So my sleep last night wasn't the greatest, and it wasn't the greatest because the bed was uncomfortable or that it was loud or anything like that. I was a little bit tired, but it has nothing to do with like the comforts of the sphere. The bed was so cozy, the blankets are super soft, and I love how like every time you move the sphere like sort of like rocks you to sleep, you know. It's actually kind of nice. 8 o'clock now, and I can only be here till 11 before I have to check out, so I'm going to enjoy this giant pot of coffee and yeah, just have a chill morning. I gotta say, out of the 3 accommodations I stayed at, this one has to be the most memorable for me. There's something about these spheres that you just feel at peace while you're here, and I really hope the best for Rose and Tom in their future endeavors with the Free Spirit Spheres, and I hope if you find yourself on Vancouver Island, you'll make the time to stop and hopefully you get to stay there yourself. I will make sure to leave a link to their website down below. Again, such a memorable and such a unique experience. Now, stay tuned for my contest giveaway. Future Tatiana here. It's obviously weeks after I stayed in the Free Spirit Spheres, but now that all the videos are out, it's time for me to pick a winner of the $50 Airbnb gift card. Now, I've got it all set up here. I'm actually really nervous because I've never done this before, so I hope it works out. I'm about to hit start, and we're gonna pick the winner. Okay, I'm gonna hit start. Oh my lord! Oh my god! Oh my goodness! is happening. Oh, I Spider. Okay, I Spider. You are the winner of the $50 gift card to Airbnb. Fantastic. This is really, really, really exciting. There you have it. Congratulations, iSpider, for the win. I hope you use it on something good. Follow me on Instagram. Show me where you end up spending that Airbnb gift card. I'd love to see. Anyway, thanks so much, everyone, for who took part in this contest. I was really nervous because I really wanted to do it right, and I'm sorry the video came out a little bit late, but I'm very excited to have done my first giveaway, and I feel like it went quite successfully. So yeah, anyway, quick note, there's probably not going to be some videos now for a little while. As you can see, this is my office. I'm at work. I don't have time to be making YouTube videos at the moment, and the weekends have been quite full, but I'm hoping to get a couple videos out maybe the end of May. But yeah, so it's going to be a little bit of a lull just because I'm, you know, at real life job trying to build that bank account so I can get back out there and make more videos. But thank you everyone who was here. Thank you everyone who took part, and see you when I see you. Bye.